This is what happens when American food, Italian food, comfort food, and classic New England seafood all come together in an iconic coastal location. The Mariner in Mystic, Connecticut is a dining destination that's definitely worth a drive, especially since the new owners, Jacob Andros and Chef Sean Golan, took over a few months back.
We opened the Mariner as a place for people to come, for people to feel taken care of, people to be comfortable. We're right in the middle of downtown Mystic. We're steps from the drawbridge. We want you to know you're in Mystic, to know you're in New England when you're eating here. The walls, we painted them all white. Nice pictures of local scenery around, and we wanted to make it a modern but still comfortable place.
We're on the coast, so we are definitely a seafood restaurant, a very local seafood restaurant. We don't have any seafood on the menu that is not from around Mystic or at least New England.
Everything's house-made on the menu. Everything, we make it here from scratch. The seafood is 7 days a week. We buy it from 20 miles up the road. It's all local. Pasta is all made in-house by us every single day. And you'll find some good, fresh, simply prepared food. The menu's got a little bit of everything. I've got some classic New England local seafood, fresh pasta, great steaks, really whatever you're in the mood for. It's somewhere you can come a couple of times a week and enjoy yourself.
No doubt we could eat these dishes every day, especially the golden brown beer-battered fish and chips with house-made tartar sauce, crispy Port Judith calamari with banana peppers, brown butter, and garlic, upscale mozzarella sticks with a light batter and ultra-fresh stretchable cheese, simply prepared locally caught halibut, roast chicken with honey, bacon, and Brussels sprouts, and completely addictive roasted oysters.
We use Mystic oysters. They're from maybe 2 miles up the river. They're some of the best oysters I've had in my life. They're topped with cream spinach, a little bit of diced bacon, and just some Parmesan. We brown them in the broiler just enough until they get a little bubbly and they're just warmed through. It's a great dish.
And since the Mariner is all about fresh, local seafood, it's no surprise that the New England clam chowder is extremely popular.
Oh yeah, no, the clam chowder is #1 seller in the entire restaurant. It's actually the one menu item that we didn't change when we took over the restaurant. It's been made by the same person every day for years. Same recipe. People love it. Fresh clams, fresh cream, nice and simple, and it's a must-have.
And since Connecticut is where the hot lobster roll came to prominence, the Mariner's recipe is a hometown legend.
We think the lobster roll is the best in town. It's fresh picked lobster meat, a quarter pound of it.
So we don't use any frozen lobster. It's a full cooked lobster meat, so you got pieces of tail, a knuckle, and a claw.
We just warm it through with just a little bit of butter, some fresh herbs, some fresh sea salt, and lemon juice. We put that on a nice toasted buttered brioche roll with some good handmade French fries. Connecticut's really that one place that you're gonna get that hot buttered lobster roll. It's warm lobster and butter. It's a combination that you can't beat. Go to table 3.
Before he started slinging lobster rolls and chowder, Chef Sean primarily focused on Italian cuisine. So all the pastas here are made fresh in-house daily, like the pillowy ricotta gnocchi tossed with a vibrant spicy sausage ragu and the perfectly executed fra diavolo.
Spaghetti fra diavolo. So it's all the local seafood that we have here. I use mussels, clams, shrimp, lobster, and the calamari. That's all tossed together in a spicy tomato-based sauce with house-made spaghetti, a little bit of basil, some red chili flakes, and garlic.
What I love about this dish, it's kind of a tasting menu in one dish, because you get all the seafood from lobster and mussels and clams, and this is who we are. This is what the Mariner is, right? So it's a beautiful local seafood with a little bit of Italian touch.
And as for Jacob, his culinary background was based in the steakhouse world. So they sourced the finest 45-day dry-aged boneless ribeye, pan-roast it with some brown butter and blue cheese, and serve it with some classic steakhouse sides.
The steak that is aged for 45 days will be much more tender than any other steak and will have deeper flavor.
This is a good steak. This is a steak that I think it's the best value in town. It's one of the best steaks around.
So you can come for the steak or the seafood or the spaghetti, but you should definitely ship out to Mystic for a meal at the Mariner.
I think every year Mystic gets busier and busier. It's a really nice place. There's a bunch of great restaurants, great shops, great places to stay. We're right on the water. We're very lucky to be where we are right now.
And ultimately, it's not that difficult to make people happy. If you're happy, if your staff is happy, if your team is happy, then your guests will be happy. If it's a couple on a weekend trip, if it's a group of friends, if it's younger people, older people, local people, tourists, I think everybody finds something here for them.